back to episode 3 of Talk How We Talk Sports Talk, where sports sound like us. And we're your hosts, David O.
I'm your host. I'm your co-host, D. Broussard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're going to be getting into some divisional round matchups from this weekend. The AFC divisional round matchups and also the um, NFC divisional round matchups. And we're also going to be giving our predictions on the championship games, the AFC championship game and NFC championship game. So we got
Yes, sir.
kind
Yes,
of a real
sir.
packed show, and we're gonna get into it. So who
Yeah,
we got first, D?
man. First off, talk how we talk.
Talk how we talk. If ever anybody that's gonna follow us and like and subscribe, this is gonna be a main segment in the show. This is talk how we talk sports talk, and the main segment is talk how we talk. So just basically giving our breakdown and our perspectives on the games and all things related with sports. So on this first segment, talk how we talk. First round, divisional round game we're gonna be getting into is the Broncos versus the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that was a pretty good game, and I was on
Damn
the
good
edge of my
game.
seat the whole
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
man, that was a good one right there.
Yeah.
I think both teams played well, man. I really think both teams played well. I think Josh Allen, I think he played outstanding. To say like, Broncos defense, they did good. They was doing their thing against them, and but like for some reason the Bills just was never
Yeah,
out of
man.
it, bro. They
Yeah.
stuck around.
Yeah. It
So
was just kind of like how we had talked about, when we gave the predictions, it was like I was telling you, Josh Allen he just so surgical, man. Like, he's such a good quarterback and um, he was staying in there, man. But
yeah,
ultimately, Broncos just, Sean Payton, man, like you say.
yeah. Sean Payton, he
Yeah.
definitely had to, you know, do some coaching in this game though to try to keep
Uh-huh.
this team in there. But I say Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix played pretty good too. To say, this, I think it's his second year in the
Yeah,
league,
second year in the league. Yep.
he did pretty good. This the Broncos' first playoff game since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a little drought for them, and for them to come out there and do their thing and pull off the win. Um,
Right.
that was it's pretty a good game. Like the first quarter, um, wasn't really too much going on in the first quarter. Really, the Broncos they kicked the field goal, put them up 3-0. The Bills came, they tried to do their thing and do some stuff too. They ended up
Mm-hmm.
actually scoring a touchdown in the first quarter. Hartman Jr. he had a touchdown catch on the motion play, so and that put the Bills up. It was a 3-7. So first quarter, not too much scoring going on
Mm-hmm.
in the first quarter, but I did like that little motion play with that touchdown though. I did like that.
Right, right. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I see him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, and then second quarter came around. Second quarter it got a little real in the second quarter. Josh Allen had a big run. You know, Cook fumbled the ball. Denver recovered. I mean, just Knicks to Mims. That was a big throw. I mean, just that's when the action started really kind of happening in that second
Right.
quarter. You
Yeah.
know, again, Cook with some big catches, Allen with a first down pickup on a quarterback scramble run. He was moving in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep the drive alive, keep plays alive. Oh boy, number zero, I forgot his name, but number zero on the Bills, he dropped that touchdown pass. They threw him a touchdown pass, bro, and he dropped it in the end zone. But he recovered later, though. He recovered later
Uh-huh.
in the game, and he ended up catching one and scoring when the Bills really needed it.
Well, they
So
needed it. Yeah,
yeah, so
absolutely.
he redeemed himself. He redeemed
Uh,
himself. I think what's his name? What's that boy name? Oh, I think his name was Coleman. Keon
oh
Coleman.
yeah, that's old boy from Opelousas.
Yeah, Keon
Yeah, yeah,
Coleman.
yeah.
And yeah, so he dropped one, but he caught one. So in that that put him up. That you know was a good play for them at the time.
Right, right. Yeah, they needed that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I say second quarter it was getting kind of real. Bo Nix, he went to work. He had three nice plays, two for a first down, and then one for a touchdown, and that put the Broncos back in the lead, 17-10 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, so Bills had settled for a field goal prior to that, and that was kind of how the second quarter went. Um, like I said, just overall good game. Halftime came when halftime came around. It you know third quarter come. You know, third quarter was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Fourth quarter's crazy. Like just throughout the whole game,
The
just
whole game, bro. Yeah,
just
that
like
whole game was just
defense
it
on
had you on the edge of your seat
everything. Yeah, bro.
for
Yeah.
real,
But what you think about that call though, bro? That call, was that an interception or was that a catch?
man. I think I don't know, man. It's hard. I think man, I think I gotta go with it was an interception, man.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think it was an interception, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Man,
Yeah,
I say it was a catch, bro. That
you
was a
say it's a catch.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, because look, bro, dude caught the ball, bro. Dude held on to the ball, hit the ground, and the Broncos dude like rolled over him. Like it's like they both was rolling, and it's like when he was doing that rolling, it's that's like when he just took the ball from him. But
Yeah,
in any other kind of instance, bro, it would have been like that's basically like down by touch. Cause like he didn't cut the ball, he didn't hit the ground, you didn't touch them. Like he should be down. That should
uh
have been
huh.
a catch, bro. And that should have been ruled a catch because in the very next, like in another game, in the Bears game, something similar like that happened to
Again,
where the Bears player caught the ball and the other dude basically like picked it off or whatever or tried to take it, and they ended up calling that one the catch.
they call that too. Yeah,
So it's like So I think that was a catch, though. Really, I really do. And anybody who watched the game, you're gonna have both sides. You're gonna have both
yeah.
opinions, right? But in my opinion, I think it was a
It was a
catch
catch.
because I would
It's
remember that play,
it,
bro. I was watching it. I wasn't even home at the time. I had stepped out real quick. I went to like a restaurant to
uh-huh.
go pick up some food, bro. And I was looking at it on the TV, and I was like, "Oh, he caught that." And then next thing I know, like I see the Broncos dude with the ball, and I'm
With
like,
the
what
ball.
interception? I'm like, oh
Man, I
man,
feel like I feel like those type of plays, man, it's like they so hard to justify, you know what I'm saying? Because it's
yeah,
like, okay, he caught the ball, but then, bro ended up getting his hands on the ball. You see what I'm saying? And then like you
yeah,
say they rolling, and so it's like
yeah,
it's I don't know, man. It's them type of plays is always difficult to call. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
yeah, yeah.
For real. Like,
Yeah, it was close.
but I get
Could
what
have
you're
really
saying
went
though.
either
Like, I
way.
mean, the
Could
way
have
that
went
he
either way.
the way that he caught it
Yeah,
before the opposite player got to the ball, you know, um, it was kind of he was kind of like already down.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I
Right.
don't know, man. I feel like those plays are always kind of difficult to call, man.
Yeah,
And then it's kind of like too is like, you know, a lot of times it be about what the refs can see as
yeah,
well too. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
You know?
But that's why they got them cameras, bro. That's why they got cameras all over the place, and
True.
that's why they got the replay, and that's why they got the review boot, man.
That's true.
And like to be honest with you, I know in the last, I know I was pulling for Broncos, Sean Payton, and everything, but like at the same time, I kind of wanted Josh Allen them to win. I wanted it to be a good game, which it was. But
Hmm.
at the same time, I could live with either one, winning. But I just think being that the Bills put up that fight like that, bro, I think I think they should have. I think they should have
They should have
took
pulled
it
it off.
because, like, even before overtime came, when that play happened, like um Allen to Shakir, they had a touchdown that they called back.
Hmm.
It was a touchdown. They called it back, and the Bills had to end up settling for a field goal. And At that time, it was 27-23, and then the Broncos got the ball back, and then they Bo Nix ended up throwing a touchdown pass to Mims,
Mm-hmm.
and it was under 2 minutes, and then that put the Broncos up 30 to
Right.
27. And then Allen them came back in less than a minute. You know, they did like a little flea flicker
Flick
pass.
flicker,
Allen
yeah.
did like a little flea flick pass, and then he went back to Shakir, and then Shakir tossed it to Davis, and that was like kind of like a big run that got him in like a field goal range. And then the Bills ended up kicking that 50-yarder field goal, 30
Mm-hmm.
30. That's what brought it to overtime. And then that's when that play happened. And, you know, I just think overall. And then the Bills, the refs threw two flags in overtime, pass interference
Mm-hmm.
that got the Broncos into field goal range to kick the field goal and go to overtime. So I just say in that overtime between that interception call and them two pass interferences, I think that's what really sealed the deal for the Bills, bro.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like I talked about when we gave our predictions, it was like I was kind of like in the middle between the two because I'm like, man, like I know how Josh Allen, you know, how he plays and, he just such a good QB, man. So it was kind of hard for me to go with the Broncos because like I said, I just know Josh Allen, man.
Yeah,
He's such a good quarterback, man, and he always able to make um like the right plays at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so I was just kind of like it was hard for me to go with the Broncos, but and I'm kind of like you. I kind of want to see the Bills kind of get it a little bit too because they've been trying to get over the hump for so many
yeah,
years, and they just actually fired their coach. Because of
yeah,
I guess because they wasn't able to make it.
yeah. Same kind of same thing like happened with the Ravens and the Steelers.
Same thing.
Like, the like I said, in like episode one, um, these franchise and these owners, man, they looking to win now.
They looking to win.
And especially ones that never been there or been forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
and like all of those teams, really, the Bills, the Ravens, not the Steelers, because they didn't really have like a franchise quarterback because Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career. But
mm-hmm.
like Ravens and Bills, they got franchise quarterbacks, man, and these franchise and these owners, they trying to get the most out of these quarterbacks while they can, while they're in their prime.
While they still
And
young.
so, if they feel like they got to put a new voice in the building and they got to change coaches, they ain't gonna get rid of the quarterback. He the franchise. They're gonna get rid of the
Right.
coach and try to bring in a new voice. And I think that's the main reason why they let McDermott go, was because like you say, it's like he ain't a bad coach, but it's just like every year it's like like last year they made it to the championship game, and this year they didn't. So I guess they kind of feel like they fell short of that goal, especially with it being no Patrick Mahomes, no
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
no Burrows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like this should have been their
It
year.
should have been it.
Yeah.
It should have been it.
Yep.
And to lose, and then also too, I mean, and to lose the way they did to a second year quarterback,
Yeah.
even though Sean Payton is Sean Payton, Sean
Yeah.
Payton, he know how to get it done. But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess maybe they looked at it as like, for them to lose the way they did
Yeah.
against a second year quarterback, and they really felt like they had the team to get to the next level, and it's like it's always kind of been the same old repeated
Yeah.
results, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like at some point it's kind of like, man, we like you say, we might need a new voice in the locker room because Sean McDermott not getting us over the hump,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
And I just feel like you know, overall throughout I think the Bills I think the Bills played a better game because
Mm,
it's like, what I'm saying, the Broncos never really like took off on them. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? The Broncos allowed them to kind of stay in the game. Like the defense held its own and
True.
kind of did what it needed to do, and the offense did what they had to do to try to keep the game close. But if the Bills would have, because Josh Allen, he did turn over the ball a couple times. If the Bills, I just feel like, they had a better game overall.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't for the turnovers and if it wasn't for those calls at the end, like this was the game. It was the Bills' game. It was
Right.
the game.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right
But
about that.
they got next year.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
got
new coach,
next year,
new. I
man.
mean, with a new coach, man. I mean, I'm curious to find out like who they gonna hire to take over for Sean McDermott. Because I
Yeah,
mean, you definitely got to bring somebody in that's worthy and
yeah.
that's gonna be to do a better job than Sean McDermott. Because it's kind of like if they hire a new coach and they don't and it's still the same results, then it's kind of like
It's like what you did at
they made that move for really nothing.
yeah, and I'm glad you said that because, like, my opinion is like I know they let the coach go, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't a reason to let him go. To be
Me
honest,
too.
I know they ain't get over the hump,
Mm,
but you know what I'm saying. Every year he got y'all in contention.
that's a
He
fact.
got y'all playing for it. So it's like you know what I'm saying. It's not his fault that the game didn't go the way it needed to go. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I think they let him go. For no reason really. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have maybe ran it back one more year and see
Hmm.
what happens next year. Now, like next year, if y'all don't make it to the playoffs, or if y'all have a worse season than what y'all expecting, okay, yeah, now you can let him go. But man, the dude was like, this was a great game,
It
and
was.
to let him go like that after he didn't, put y'all in contention for the last couple of years. Nobody would know Bills fans.
Right.
People just started becoming Bills fans. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like ever since Josh Allen started doing this thing. So it's like between Josh Allen and the coach, they turned that team around, and I just think that they shouldn't have really let him go this year. Maybe
Right.
next year, but I don't think they should have let him go this year.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, man. I mean, I think they should have, gave him another shot, man. But these teams, they, like like you say, they ready to win now. They not looking to, be patient,
Yeah,
and give a coach some time, because at the end of the day, you have to you had to build the right team to get to where you're trying to go to. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's not always the coach always take the fall, but it's not always the coach's fault. Like you have to have the talent too to get there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I don't think it was all Sean McDermott's fault because I mean he turned this team around like completely, and it's like you say, like nobody was really talking about the Bills, man. Like you
yeah,
know, so for him to do the job that he did and turn the team around and have them competing every single year, I mean, man, you got to tip your hat off to a guy like that, man. And I honestly don't think he's gonna be unemployed for too long. I mean,
Oh
somebody
no,
gonna end up
oh no.
picking him up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They definitely he definitely got a job somewhere, for sure. Where he gonna land, I don't really
Right.
know, but they got a lot of openings right now. They only really hired like two coaches, I think, from last time I was doing some research and listening to some stuff. John Harbaugh, he went to
The Giant,
Giants,
hmm
and then I think was it Atlanta or Miami? I think Atlanta or Miami hired.
Atlanta. Yeah, they hired Kevin Stefanski,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
old
So
Browns
that's
coach.
the only two that I really, yeah, the Browns, yeah. So that's only really two that I heard of. So they still got openings. I think Ravens job is still open.
Yeah.
Steelers job is still
Raiders.
yeah, Raiders, yep. So they got places where he can go.
Mm,
Maybe he can since he turned around the Bills, maybe he can go and turn around the Raiders.
that's what I think too.
You know,
Hmm.
I think especially with Mendoza, projected to be the number one pick.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? That's a quarterback that you can, go to Las Vegas with, new coach, new quarterback, bam, and then they can try to, build a culture over there. You know what I'm saying, and kind of turn that around like he did with the Bills. So I think he would be a good fit for maybe the Raiders.
hmm. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now we
Uh,
got to talk about my team, though, bruh. Got to talk about
man,
the Texans,
let's
bruh.
get into it, man. Patriots,
Man,
Patriots versus Texans, man.
bruh. I mean, the city was on fire, bro. I mean, everybody, bars, restaurants,
I know.
our Texans jerseys, everybody out in the city going crazy. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's always tough to go and play in New England. You know
They
what I'm
are
saying?
always.
And then, we a indoor team, right?
That's a
And,
fact.
and we playing in the snow. It's cold out
It's
there.
tough.
You know what I'm saying? And defense did their thing. Defense, always did what they expected to
Right.
do, right? But Stroud, man,
Mm,
bruh, 2 games back to back, Steelers and Patriots. The turnovers. You just can't win with with
mm-mm.
with turnovers like that, bruh. And
No,
and
no.
like one time he overthrew his wide receiver. The dude grabbed the interception, and it's like you just can't win with the turnovers like that. And I
Right.
was listening to a press conference. D'Amico Ryan, he was saying like, it was asking him like, what would you tell Stroud or what did you tell Stroud during halftime or whatever. He was basically saying like, yeah, I just basically told him, you our quarterback and you got us, play it out
Mm,
basically. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're gonna be the franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to play in those type of situations. But when you got them two back to back
mm.
like that, you know what I'm saying? Some people was questioning, whether he should have pulled Stroud out and maybe put in,
Yeah, I feel like he should have.
you know
I
what I'm
feel like
saying?
he should have. I feel like after the second interception, I felt like he should have pulled him.
Yeah, and maybe should have give old boy, a chance. The one who got
Absolutely.
the game, but give him a chance, to do what he did. When Stroud was out, he won a couple
Hmm.
games for him. So it was like, if he gonna continue doing this and turning the ball over, maybe we should have just at least set him down. Maybe not for the rest of the game, but maybe set him down for like maybe one or two possessions. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And just let the other guy get a chance to try to see what at least he could do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It couldn't have been no worse than what Stroud was doing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, and then the Patriots overall, I kind of watched some of the highlights of the game. Patriots, they just really, did what the Patriots did. They've been a
Yes.
great team all year, and they continued that in this game. And I don't think, you know, the game to me, from what I was watching and the highlights and stuff, like, it wasn't really big explosive games, like explosive, things to talk about, like how the Broncos and the Bills game was. I
Mm.
just think that Patriots handled the business, and I just think that that offense, the Texans offense, just really it wasn't, mainly Stroud. It just wasn't clicking, and maybe the moment was too big for him. I
Mm.
don't know if the cold was there, if he had the jitters or what, but you know, he definitely this off season they definitely need to work with him on managing the game,
Right.
and because all we need him to do is manage the game. We don't need you to be a top five quarterback in the league. Like you ain't that. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? That's why they got Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow, Allen. Like you ain't even top five, dog. We don't need you to be Superman or none of that. We need you to be a game manager, and we need you to be great with taking care of the ball. And if you can
Right.
do that with that defense, you know what I'm saying, and we work on our run game a little bit, I think, the Texans still got a good chance. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The defense is still intact. We just need this offseason, we need to get a wide receiver group together because we miss Nico Collins, one of our top receivers. We
Missed him
don't
a
have,
lot.
you know what I'm saying? And then our run game, we had Chubbs. Chubbs was good back in the day, but
Mm.
he a veteran. And then we had like a rookie,
Right.
the last 2 games. He did good. Woody Marks, I think his name. He did good last game against Pittsburgh, had over 100 rushing yards. But, we need definitely, those are the 2 areas I feel like the Texans need to work on. Running game, wide receiver game, and we need to get Stroud, we need to get him under control.
I think really when it comes to the Texans, man, I feel like it's kind of like what I said when we gave our predictions. It's like the defense has always the defense was spectacular all season, but
Hmm.
the big question mark for the Texans was just the offense. That's always been
Yeah,
the big question mark, the offense, because if the offense can play well, the defense gonna keep us in the game.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just been about the offense, like, us being able to, play right and do what we need to do to put up the points when we get the ball on offense because the defense gonna do their thing. But I also like in my opinion, I can't really put it all on CJ Stroud. I kind of feel like the Texans need to try to try to build this guy an offensive line, man.
Yeah,
You know, like I mean, because CJ Stroud is not a bad quarterback, man. He's a pretty good quarterback, and you go back and think about his rookie season, the way he played in that rookie season.
yeah,
He's not a bad quarterback. It's just I just think that he just didn't have enough protection in that game because I mean they was getting to him so quick and easy, bro. Like and
yeah,
they was making him cough the ball up because they was able to get to him. So it's like if you build a line around him, I think he could really be a better player. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I
And he
think the
ran,
the off season focus should be building an offensive line around
yeah,
CJ Stroud.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I think. Now I'm
yeah,
not making I'm not saying he played great. You know what I'm saying? He
yeah,
had the four interceptions. He didn't play well, but I feel like he definitely needed some more protection on the
yeah,
line to give him some time to
yeah.
get
I
that
agree.
ball out.
I agree. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. So yeah, man, offense, definitely needs some working on this offseason with from the line to the running back to the wide
Hmm.
receiver. Like that's what we need to work on this offseason
Absolutely.
to make sure that, he has the protection
Mm.
and just to make sure that he has weapons that he can go to.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When it's time, to make the big plays and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but yeah, so that's kind of how the game went. Just kind of just another bad offensive game.
That's true.
But if they work on that line, get them some
Yeah, they
protection.
gotta get that line right, man. They got
Yeah,
to.
we gonna
Because
we gonna be all
it's
right.
like it's like I say, I mean, CJ Stroud, man, he's not a bad quarterback, man. Like I've seen him play at an elite level.
Yeah,
I just like I say, man, they didn't protect him. They didn't
kind
protect
of
him
like
enough
like
to,
it's like he started off
give
hot, but then he started. It's like every season he kind of going down.
yeah, he's
Know what I'm saying?
declining.
So it's kind of like I was listening to some stuff earlier, and it was kind of like bringing up questions like, will they give him that extension,
Mm,
or will he not give him the extension? And it
mm,
was kind of saying like, the way he been playing, you might be leaving money on the table, or
mm.
you might not even be getting no extension. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or your extension is gonna be based on next season. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? How you play next season is gonna determine if you get that extension, or if we gotta let you go. So
Right.
that's something, that because he need to get back to that rookie season, or close to that season. You know what I'm saying? Because like second year it kind of went down, and then this year, you know, went down some more. So
Yeah. Seahawks 49ers, man. What you thought about that one?
and to be honest with you, that was just that was just total domination, bro. Like,
Domination.
bro,
Yeah.
like I said, I ain't really watched the Seahawks a lot this season. I really didn't hear much about them this season,
Hmm.
just because I just be busy like that. But from watching that one and catching some of the highlight reels, bro, like they serious, dog.
Yeah.
They serious. That defense was getting after Purdy, bro.
Telling
You
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
I
They,
said it. I said it the first episode. Like, man, I'm telling
yeah,
12 man Seahawks, man. Them boys. Seahawks always got a legit defense.
you said that. You said
Yeah.
that, bro.
And I told you, Sam Darnold, man. Sam Darnold been on a hell of a run since his Minnesota time, the time he spun in Minnesota.
Yeah,
And man, I feel like with that defense and Sam playing the way he's been playing. I want to say, um, it gave him a shot, man.
yeah, man. It's they did good, bro. Like the first quarter, it was 17-0.
That's true.
It was
That's a
17
fact.
0. The 49ers only kicked two field goals, bro. Two
Right.
field 6 points. They
Yeah.
didn't score a touchdown, dog.
Hmm.
So it's like, man, Seahawks, the defense did good. And then that boy, man, Walker, the running back,
Yeah.
man, that boy has
Yeah.
touchdowns,
That boy
bro.
nice, man.
I'm like, look at this dude, bro.
Yeah, he nice. He
I'm like,
nice.
man. And
Yeah.
then Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
Cup had a big game, you know what I'm saying? Darnold went to him a lot. and he came from the Rams, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. So between Cup and Walker, that they was like the main offense, and then that defense just shut them down. Now to San Francisco's, defense, they did have some injuries. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? They was trying to play through injuries. They was basically like a lot of men down, bro.
yeah.
So
And then uh Kittle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Kittle.
Kittle actually I think he ended up getting injured in that game. Was it
Yeah,
Josh Kittle?
no, Kittle. I think he got injured last game, I believe. I think
Okay.
he got injured last game because I remember he was on the cart. He was rolling
Yeah.
out on the cart. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so like I said, man, injuries for the 49ers, they just,
Yeah.
it was man down, bro.
It made it
Man
tough.
down. But the Seahawks, they didn't care.
Right.
Next man step up.
Next man
we,
step up. Let's
we
go.
don't care if man down. Next man step up.
Let's
Cause
go.
we ain't taking no mercy, and they didn't, bro. They took
Right.
advantage. They took
Absolutely.
advantage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's what I gotta say about that one.
Right. Bears
Moving
versus
forward.
Rams, man. What you thought?
Bears versus Rams. That was a good game. That was a good
Uh-huh.
game. I liked it, that one too. I think, you know, like I said, Stafford. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like I
said that.
said,
You said
my
that.
other prediction on what I said. Stafford,
Mm-hmm.
he got something to prove, bro. He got
It's
something to
true.
prove. He, like I said, he won another Super Bowl. He put the team on his back against the Panthers. He kept his poise, kept control. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing this game. You know what I'm saying? Kept his poise, kept his control. When it was time to deliver, he delivered. And and now they going to the championship round, man, and they're gonna be playing against the Seahawks.
True.
And but can't take nothing away from the Bears. The
Mm.
Bears, they was in it. They played well until, like, the last possession when Williams was trying to just, he was trying to make something happen,
Make a
but
play.
at the end of the day, it was kind of, you got one last possession and you had a third down and then a fourth down, and it's just kind of like, maybe some play calls could have been called differently for them to, try to, pick up some first downs and try to, get some conversions going on, and
Mm.
maybe try to get a little closer to winning. But at the end of the day, I just think, like, it was a good game, and I just Matthew Stafford did his thing, but Caleb Williams, he gonna be something nice and something serious. Like I said, I know you brought him up, a
Yeah.
couple episodes ago, and you kind of, said he was a beast and stuff. I didn't really know much about him neither this
Yeah.
season. Kind of like, the Seahawks. I didn't really know much about them, but between the last two games, that they played, that I see the Bears, they got a future. They got a future ahead of them, and
Absolutely.
like you said, Ben Johnson, he did a great thing with the team, and Caleb Williams did good. And just kind of just some notes and some highlights from just a quarter by quarter breakdown. I know, the Rams, they did a touchdown run in the first quarter. They went up 7-0 in the first quarter. It was a 14 play drive. You know what I'm saying? So that first quarter and that first play, that first drive, they kind of really, controlled the clock that quarter. And then the Bears, Williams, he had some good passing.
Mm-hmm.
The running back had some good rushing plays and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then Williams did a touchdown pass to DJ Moore
Yeah.
in first quarter, ended up being 7-7 at the end of the first. And then second quarter came around. That boy, man, for the Bears, Mungunga or something, I think is how you
Montgomery.
call his name.
Yeah,
Mungunga
Montgomery.
or something like that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a big play. I heard his name kind of a lot during the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bears got a future ahead of them, and
They do, man.
looking
They
forward
really do.
to them, continue to build and continue to grow. I'm looking forward to seeing Caleb Williams develop more and see what he can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that, man. I think, for Caleb Williams to be in his second year and play as poised and play the way that he played in that game, because like you said, it was a real tight niche close game,
Yeah.
and I kind of still think like the Bears could have possibly won that game, man.
No, yeah, they could have.
Yeah,
Sure
it
could
was
have.
it was it was that close. I felt like the
Yeah,
Bears could have
but
possibly won
in
that
the
game.
fourth
So I
quarter, the
mean, you
Bears
gotta
got down to the red zone. They
Yeah,
got down
yeah,
to the red zone, and the Rams defense, the Rams defense just stood tall and stopped them. But in that fourth quarter, man, they had got down to the red zone, and the Rams did what they did and made that stop.
true.
But and then it ended up going to overtime. You know what I'm saying? Because Caleb Williams, he did that scramble touchdown pass in the fourth quarter, and that's what really got them. Man, that was a good catch, huh? That was a good
Right.
throw.
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah.
That dude almost got sacked. That ball, look,
Telling you, man.
threw that thing in the corner. Boom to
Boom. Yeah.
Cole. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Cole Kimmett, I think is how you pronounce it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, man, that was a good.
That was a
That
nice play, bro.
kept that drive. He kept that alive, bro. He gave him a
Absolutely.
chance with that one, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Caleb
Yeah.
Williams. Shout out Caleb Williams.
Yeah, man. You gotta tip your hat off to the Bears. Like I said, Ben Johnson, the
Yep.
job that he done this year, with the team and only in his first season. Caleb Williams in his second season. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, man, the Bears gonna be around, man. They gonna be around. They, this game was really, really close, and I still kind of felt like it was a game that they possibly could have won. It just came down to the nitty gritty. But
Yep.
yeah, the Bears gonna be around for a long time, man.
Yeah, and overtime, he threw that interception. That's what kind of sealed the deal. Because then the
Mm-hmm.
Rams got the ball back, and then Stafford, he put the Rams in position to do the field goal, and they ended up winning 20-17.
Right.
But yeah, man, the Bears they definitely had a chance to win. The
Mm-hmm.
Rams basically, like against them and against the Panthers, the Rams could have lost both of them games. So
Right.
I'm not saying the Rams is, no elite team. I mean, they're a good team, but the teams had opportunities to beat them. It's just, when you got the experience and when you got, the head coach Sean McVay, like I say,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford, when you got people that got experience and been under those situations and under pressure,
Experience
they find
matters.
a way to win. They
Mm-hmm.
find a way to win. And Stafford, that go to Stafford, and that's why he's in the running and maybe might be the MVP this season. So, shout out to the Rams, shout out to the Bears, a good game. Between them, between this game and the Bills and the Broncos, I think that was the two best games of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I agree
Yep,
with that.
yep,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Two good games, man. Two hard fought games. Can't went down to the wire
yep,
and kept you on the edge of your seat.
yep.
So yeah, I gotta agree with that. I think, yeah.
Yep. You couldn't like they like to say you can't make this stuff up. You couldn't write it any better.
Right, right.
Both of them went to overtime, bro, and it's
Yeah,
like
both of them.
know, that was some good stuff, bro. Real good
Yeah.
game. But you know,
Now we're gonna get into another segment in the show. Who you got, man? So,
yeah. Who we got first up?
first up, Seahawks and the Rams.
Oh man. So look. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I expect that to be a good game, bro. I expect it to be a very good game. I
Man,
don't know who to go for. Like I
um,
want to go for the Rams because Stafford. I know he probably gonna be leaving the league before Darnold, so Darnold might got some more time to win. You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying? And I think winning this game for Stafford, winning the Super Bowl and everything, that's gonna make his Hall of Fame case, and that's just gonna let him go out with a bang. So
mm,
I'm hoping and wanting the Rams to win it. But man, when I seen that last game with the Seahawks defense,
mm.
them boys get after it.
Them boys get after it.
They get after it, bro. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I want the Rams to win, but I think the Seahawks is gonna pull it off
Mm-hmm.
because of the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that as well. I mean, it's like I said before, defense win championships. So, when you got a tough, hard nosed defense like that, man, it's gonna be tough. And it's like you said, it's gonna be a hard fought game. But I think I still gotta roll with that 12 man. I still gotta roll with the Seahawks, man. They
Yeah,
just they just been on fire, man. That
yeah.
defense. I
Especially
mean,
what I seen from the running back with Walker too. I think that last game, if they can had that running game. Nah, don't get me wrong. Like the 49ers was injured and stuff. The Rams ain't as banged up as them, I don't think.
Hmm.
But so they did take advantage of them. But I think if they can have that same offensive explosiveness
Right,
and their defense come out like that too, because like I say, the Rams they had a chance to lose both those games against the Bears and against the Panthers, and the Seahawks they was number one in the division, number one in the conference, and it's a reason why they was number one. And I think like I said, I think they're gonna pull it off. But I do think it will be a close game because of Stafford and
right,
because
right. Yeah,
you
because
know
like you say, Stafford not gonna go away. He not
yeah
just gonna go away. He gonna
yeah.
try to keep it.
Even when he was with the Lions, he had the
Hmm.
Lions put the Lions on his back all the time. He always put teams on his back. He
True.
always carried the team. So
Hmm.
I don't see that changing. But I think it's gonna be a close game. But I think Seahawks gonna pull it off.
I got you. I agree with that. I think so too. Broncos, Patriots. Who you got?
I was going for Broncos at first, um, but I think the Patriots gonna win. Not saying that they great or anything. They've been a good team, you know what I'm saying. But I just think the reason why I think the Broncos is not gonna be able to pull it off is because Bo Nix, he not gonna be playing. He
Right.
ended up breaking his
His
ankle
ankle.
or fracturing his ankle, and he out for the rest of the season. They were saying like they didn't even know he had a fracture and stuff like that. He played the whole game, did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was moving, running, scrambling. You know what I'm saying? He did a couple running plays to get some first downs and stuff like that. But I think with Bo Nix being out of the fold and them they having to go to a backup quarterback
Hmm.
who I don't really know much about. I know I kind of heard some people talking about it on the sports shows and radios and stuff like that,
Hmm.
saying how kind of just giving a little background on them. But
Hmm.
to be honest, the background that I kind of heard, I don't think it really was nothing really spectacular.
Hmm.
So I think with Bo Nix being out of the fold, I think that gives the Broncos a disadvantage. I think it gives the Patriots an advantage,
Hmm.
and I think that's gonna be the X factor of why the Patriots win over
That's a
Broncos. So
fact. I think I gotta I can't agree with you better, man. I think I agree with that. I just think, with no Bo Nix, the way Bo Nix been playing, Bo Nix had been playing phenomenal in his second year. And
mhm,
without him, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for the Broncos because this backup quarterback, I mean, you talking about a guy who's never been in this type of situation before, and he's been asked to win this type of game. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough for him. So I'm agreeing with you. I think I gotta go with the Patriots, man. The Patriots, after the game they played against the Texans, um, man, they just look Patriots look like they on fire right now, man. I can't even lie.
yeah,
They on fire.
yeah. And they've been doing good all year. And
Mm,
Drake May, he was he's in the running for MVP too, along with
mm-hmm.
Stafford. So it's probably gonna come down to one of them, winning the MVP and stuff. So Patriots definitely gonna be like I say, they definitely probably gonna be in the Super Bowl 60 over the Broncos because of
It's
no Bo Nix. So I think it's gonna be Patriots versus Seahawks
mm-hmm.
Super Bowl, and I don't know who gonna win it, bro. That should be a good Super Bowl. Should be a good
Yeah.
Super Bowl because
It's yeah,
Seahawks got the
man. It should be
quarterback,
good.
defense. You know, Patriots got the quarterback. They got the good overall team. So I expect that to be a good game. But at the end of the day, who I think gonna win?
Hmm.
I don't like the Patriots. I don't
Me
got
either.
nothing against this team. I don't have nothing against this team, but I just don't like the Patriots fans who's Patriots fans from the Brady era.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's why I don't like them because my brother liked the Patriots, and every time they play, he always hating on my Saints.
Uh-huh.
Always calling us trash and all this type of stuff. So, and when the Patriots was winning, he would always like to throw that in my face
Yeah.
and stuff. So I don't like the Patriots because of him and because of the fans that still trying to hold on to the Patriots greatness from when Belichick and Brady was there because
Right.
they ain't been there in a long time too. So y'all ain't that good because y'all ain't been there in a long time. Y'all just getting back good,
Yeah, just
and
getting
so
back.
yeah. So
Right.
Patriots versus Seahawks, and I'm taking Seahawks to win Super Bowl 60.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way, man. It's like I said, Seahawks been on a run. Sam Darnold, like I said, been a crazy run. Um, Defense is solid, you know. So it's like you kind of gotta, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I think you gotta go with. I think I might have to go with them Seahawks, man.
yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Looks like
Hmm.
it's going. Looks like Seattle gonna be getting a Lombardi trophy if
Another
all
set,
works
yeah,
out. If our
yep.
crystal magic ball predicting right,
Hmm.
and Seattle gonna be hosting that championship trophy and throwing that parade. Will they go to the White House? I don't know if they're going to the White House, but they might. But
Yeah,
I know for sure if it was any other team, then
yeah.
they might go. They might go, bro. But
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
might go.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see what they say if they accept the invitation, or if they even get an invitation. We don't know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But I expect it to be a good Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60, Patriots versus Seahawks.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of scores to give, but
But you
uh,
definitely predicting Patriots and Seahawks in the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
yeah, I think it's gonna be Patriots and Seahawks for sure.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
I want my boy Stafford to win, I just like I say, I don't think you're gonna get past that Seahawks defense, bro.
Man, I don't think so, man. I would love to see him win too. Like you said, just that like that Super Bowl story. For Matthew Stafford. Being able to pull it off and get his team to the Super Bowl. Put him on his back, like you say. But man, like I say, defense win games, and that Seahawks defense, man,
Yeah,
they something serious.
yeah,
So I think I gotta still roll with them Seahawks, man.
yeah, man. So we that's what it is, man. I mean, we give our predictions. If y'all like and subscribe to the channel,
Hmm.
please, we would appreciate that. Drop y'all comments in the comment section. We would love to hear y'all analysis, y'all predictions, y'all
Right.
opinions and everything. Y'all lock in with us. We definitely gonna be giving y'all more of our analysis and our predictions and our opinions, on all sports. We kind of focusing on football right now because it's that point in time to where
Hmm.
it's big games and a lot
Big
of stuff
games.
on the line. We kind of touched on the NBA mid-season. I think next episode, y'all tune in. Next episode, I think we're gonna maybe talk about the All Star lineup.
Yeah.
They released the All Star lineup. Who's the starters. The fans voted, and now the coaches is left to pick the rest of the people that's gonna be on there. So we're
Mm.
gonna kind of wait to see who the coaches pick. That way we can kind of give y'all a breakdown on the starters, versus the other people that the coaches are gonna pick, and why we think if it was a good lineup or not good lineup. So y'all tune into the next episode. We're gonna get into that, and then pretty soon we're gonna start talking some baseball as well, and
Yeah. MLB is crazy right now. It's a
yeah,
lot going on in MLB right now. A lot of
yeah,
shockers, a lot of yeah, MLB crazy right now. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah, yeah. I know. I've been hearing. One thing that them Dodgers, they signed. I think what Kyle Tucker. I think that's his
Yeah,
name. Yeah,
yeah,
so Dodgers, they repeat champions, I believe, right? Two-time
yep,
champions, right? And now they signed him, and that shook the sports. Well, I was actually when I was at the Rockets game the other night watching the game, some people that was sitting behind me, they had told me they was like, well, they didn't told me they was telling the people that was with them. They was like, man, I just got a notification on my phone, Dodgers signed Tucker, and they was like, really, really, stop playing, stop playing. So, that kind of was shook the sports world that he signed with the Dodgers. So maybe we'll get into some of that, talk about some of that, and in the upcoming episodes. But like I say, right now was kind of going heavy on football just because of the time of the year.
absolutely.
But we're gonna be getting more into basketball with the trade deadline coming up, All Star coming up, and teams trying to make playoff runs, to get in playoff position. And we're going to be talking about baseball too as the off season continues to roll on, and leading up to the beginning of the season. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
we appreciate everybody for tuning in. You got any last words you would like to say tonight, D?
Oh man. Nothing, man. Just, talk like we talk, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Jump in the comments, man. Let us know what y'all thinking, man. What y'all feeling out there, man. How y'all feel about what happened um in that divisional round, man. And what y'all think gonna happen in coming up against these next 4 games. I mean these next 2 games, I'm sorry, with these next 4 teams, man. What y'all think gonna happen? So jump in that comment section, man. Talk like we talk. Talk how we talk. I'm sorry.
Yep, yep. Talk like we talk, talk how we talk. We don't change our voice for nobody. You know what I'm
Nobody.
saying? All that. You know what I'm
All
saying?
that.
Let sports sound like us. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? This is just two average everyday people just kicking it, talking about sports, the game we all love. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So if y'all wanna, join in, we can make this like a big family affair. It's all good with us. You know what I'm saying? Talk how we talk, sports talk. Until next time. Y'all be safe, y'all be careful, and y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
Yeah, we out. Talk how we talk.
Talk how we talk, baby.